Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Satisfactory. We have things to do as usual. Let's get back to it. Just between episodes, I just put down a power pole so I could check our power situation. Looks like we still have a lot of headroom here. So our production's 4,800. I believe that's from the coal mines. Our capacity is a little hard to read. On my screen, 6,250. That's because of the biomass burners we have just sitting idle. We have a little bit of extra cushion for a short period of time in case we go over this. But long story short, I think we're in good shape on power for a bit. Eventually, I do want to go maybe create another coal power plant. We're also going to be dipping into oil here before too long. And that's going to give us some more power generation options. If you stuck around till the end of the last episode, I did just replace the splitter and everything seems to be working now. We have some storage here for encased industrial beams, just for our own needs. And now we want to do, I think, just a quick storage array. I don't know how many of these I even need to store, but let's get a little storage array placed. I'm not even sure how I want to do it. I kind of feel like I want to tuck in some back here. Let's, not going to do the truck station this episode. I want to move on to the heavy modular beams, and there's going to be a fair amount of work to getting that done. So let's just get these things put into storage. I'm going to do something a little goofy here, but let's I'm going to run a belt down this way and then have storage containers coming up this way so that the output is on that side of the factory. We're going to have actually, let me change my mind. We're going to have truck stations somewhere, either in the back, over there. I don't think we're going to have truck stations kind of out front. Tell you what, let's just do the storage arrays here. Organization, we can do these big ones. I'm not sure how many of these industrial encased beams we're going to need. Also, our production is super slow because of our concrete, or our cement production is super slow. So we have that limestone mine overclocked to, I think, 90 per minute. It's not, it must be like a impure resource or something. It's not great. But I'm going to leave it. We're going to have other things to do. So maybe if we can just slowly accumulate a bunch in storage, we'll be fine by the time we actually need to use these encased beams. I'm not going to put too much storage down. Maybe a couple more of these. That's probably good. More than enough. But yeah, we'll get this belted, and then we're going to head over to kind of where I think the modular frames are. And there are a couple of iron deposits over there that we're not tapped into yet. I think they're just impure, though. I don't think they're great. And what I was thinking of doing was making use of the compacted coal that we're already sending that way for fueling trucks. Maybe divide it up. Hey, where'd my belt go? And using that to make some steel over that way. And then we can make the steel pipes that we need for the heavy modular frames. We'll see that in a minute. Let's get you in here. Okay. Good enough. All right, you guys need to loop through. Yeah, you can see they're not exactly flying on down the belt here. I'll show you why. We could overclock that limestone mine a little bit, and there's another one that's nearby that's not real far. All right, that this belt is pathetically slow. Let's see, how many do we have in inventory before we leave here? I think we have plenty. Steel encased beams or industrial encased beams. Yeah, if we look over at this belt, can see there's no cement coming through. That's what these guys are all waiting on. They have plenty of steel pipes. Boy, that makes me think we could use these steel pipes and just export them. But we have so many truck stations at this factory already. And export them, I mean export them for the heavy modular frames which we're about to build. If we look at that recipe again, heavy... This guy needs steel pipes. And I kind of don't want to export them from this factory because we're already tapping this factory. We're taking a lot out of this factory already. I was thinking of just creating another source of steel, which I think we're still going to do. Even though we may have an abundance of pipes here. We'll do it just for fun, if for no other reason. Can jump in my hypertube here. And then we can always use the steel pipe supply here as a backup in case we do need it. Let's, boy, nice parking job there, right on the hypertube. Let's head over to the modular frame factory straight ahead. Oh, here's a limestone deposit too. We wanted to shore up the production of that cement. It's just a bit far from the factory. I'm not crazy about belting that far. And I don't want to set up a truck station and all that kind of stuff either. But it's something to think about if we come up short on the industrial encased beams. This could be a source without having to do heavy overclocking on our existing limestone mine, which I think is straight away. We could run some of that over. It's just, again, a big elevated belt over here. Just, I don't know. I don't think it would look too great, but it's there as an option. All right. Here's where we're doing the modular frames, the lightweight version. I believe on top of this factory that I haven't closed off yet. And if we head up top here, not a bad view. We have a couple iron deposits here. I think these are impure. Yeah, impure and impure. This stuff was just an awesome sink to get rid of some excess inventory I had in my personal inventory. We don't need this anymore. Get this out of the way. So let's look at the recipe again. Heavy modular frames. So I believe we're doing the modular frames right in this factory next door. We have compact coal that's being brought in to refuel trucks over here. Thinking of tapping into that supply to make steel. And we can just make these pipes out here. And then we'll import exported beams once we're ready. And we can just make screws here. We can make screws out of steel, or we have a few alternate recipes for that. We can make them out of iron. We can make them out of steel. The steel, I believe, from what I read, uses a bit more resources, but it uses way less electricity. There's an extra step of making beams that we wouldn't have to do if we chose a different route. Might just go for these iron ones. This does kick out a lot of screws per minute, but I don't think this is going to be a real high factory, high quantities of material coming out of here. I think it's going to be kind of slow. 100 screws for every one. Well, it does take a ton of screws, doesn't it? We'll have to decide that. But what we could do is just expand this factory out, build right next to it, and make it a single building. And then we can add another row of truck stations underneath for things we need if there's room. We're going to have these two mines in our way. But I think this might be the way to do it. Excuse me. This might be a good place to do those modular frames. We would only have to import one product. And then I'd like to get this factory going now because I'm not sure how many we're going to need. And again, I think it's going to be a little slow with these two impure mines to work with. But we could just get on it. I think that's what I want to do. Look at that recipe one more time. See how we want to go about doing this. I want to smelt up some iron for the screws, or do we want to go straight to steel production? Let's see. Steel is We're going to use compacted coal. We can get 10 steel out of this. Maybe we'll do the steel screws. We haven't done them before. We can smelt straight into steel, and then we won't need to smelt into iron at all, I don't think. Right, we got iron. We're going to import the compacted coal. We'll take it from the existing truck station. We'll set up a separate storage just to make sure that the refueling, or the coal supply that's going to refueling, has its own dedicated supply, doesn't get starved out by our new factory here. So we don't starve it out of coal, or compacted coal. We make the steel. Let's go back. Make the pipes from the steel. That's easy. Make the screws from the steel. Oh, we'll have to make beams out of the steel and then make screws out of the beams. That production rate is super high, 260 per minute. Import these, and then we have these next door, and then out comes little baby heavy modular frames. That sounds like a plan. Let's get on it. I think we're going to expand this factory. That's fine just the way it is. Let's start building. Gonna start with this stuff, right? Zoop mode would be good. Yeah, and eventually we're gonna have to build a truck station for the industrial encased beams where we just left at the start of the episode, but we can get to that once we're ready to truck them over here. Because we'll need a truck station here as well. Don't know how big this factory needs to be. Should we get my little jumpy boots on here, apparently? Kind of thinking we should at least have a footing on this kind of hillside. That gives us some room. We know we want 2 mining drills here. Let's get them. Mark 2s. And where do we want that ore to come up? Guess we could just have it come up on this side. Doesn't really matter. Just thinking about the truck stations that we're going to place. Is there any way to put these miners down that helps the truck station situation? Probably not. I want this one going this way. Oh. We could combine these onto one belt before they go up, right? They're not going to be kicking out that much ore. 60 per minute. Oh, man, that's horrible. So even if we overclocked these, say we overclocked them. What does that get us? Oh, how come that didn't go up? Okay, 90 per minute. Well, even if we had them both double overclocked, that's still going to be one stinky belt, right? Let's do... Just thinking what to plan for in terms of the belts going up. I didn't mean to do that. That's kind of cool, though. Those look kind of nice. I like it. All right. Yeah, I'm going to combine them into one belt and then send them up. And I'm going to send them up. I guess maybe back here. Back to that side of the factory, and then we'll run our production lines from that side forward. Let's do it. Let's get these guys power. They roar to life. We want to merge somewhere and then go up and send it back. What about, let's see here. It's slightly elevated. I don't know if that's going to look better or worse. Doesn't look great, but I'll take it. Boy, that doesn't look super good, does it? I'm tempted to put a merger underneath it just for looks, for support. What could we do? I could put maybe a platform. Anything that looks interesting? Not really. Okay, I'm kind of wasting time, right? That actually doesn't look bad. We'll take it. Okay, let's go up top. Oh. What did I do? This is a little... I placed this merger down. It rotated when I placed the second one. I don't care. That's fine. We'll take it. And then this belt's going to have to curve a little bit. We're not quite in the center of that foundation. 1, 2, 3. Over here. Come up. There. Why is that not snapping? That lift is backwards. All right. Now we need to get up there. We're going to have to put some stairs in here somewhere. Where could we do it? Here, maybe? Let's see. Let's get how far over to the platform? Maybe I can do the platform part first and snap that on. E. That one, right? Boom. And then let's get stairs coming down from there. Yeah, that will do fine. And it is one off from where I want it. Bummer. Yeah, we got to do it over. Let's, while we're up here, let's get the platform where we want it. This, and then I want the one that has that turn on it. Is that you? That's the one I want. This goes. That goes, and that goes. Okay, that should do. Power. How do we want to get power over here? Do we want to take it from... we can bring it from these floors. Yeah, we'll bring it from these floors. Let's add a floor. All right, that's our first floor. We needed the ceiling to bring power over. Let's do it. I don't want to pull from these factory lines, I'd rather come along one of the sides just for, I don't know, style and consistency, I guess. Let's grab power line. And then once we do this, we need to go grab the, get the compacted coal up here, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Or a little bit of work. It's not going to be that hard. We just have some work to do to make sure we don't starve out. Wow, that is weird. It seems like I had to click really low to get to that. But yeah, I want to make sure I don't starve out the compacted coal that we're using to fuel the vehicles. I'm just placing these for looks. Okay, we have power. We'll put a wall here probably and run power up this wall. Right now, let's go look for compacted coal and see what we can do. Obviously, run it along the ceiling here. Make sure we don't get hit by trucks. I don't see any. And this compacted coal is what? Is it this last one? I think it is. So I need a way to split this output. We have some going in to be fuel, right? And basically, what I want to do... Taking a sip of water while I think this through. I need to make sure that there's enough coal to keep all these fuel stations fine. So maybe it's just a split right here. Ooh, that belt is not straight. If I split off of here, then I want more storage. Like, I don't trust this storage here. So we're going to be pulling from that. I want a separate storage that can fill up. That's just for doing all this refueling stuff. I have trucks that come through this way, so I don't have a lot of room for a storage bin. How can we do this? How can we do this? It's a little snug in here. But basically, I'm thinking of putting a storage bin down on the ground, possibly. It doesn't have to be a big one. I just want to make sure there's always a supply of compacted coal that's feeding these trucks. I don't want to discover trucks like 15 hours from now that are stuck in the middle. Out in the middle of between factories and they just ran out of fuel and I never noticed. So I'm going to go a little bit overkill. How can we do it? These are our two outputs. Basically, I want an output that goes into storage. And then from storage, it goes up and does this thing. Guess if we split... I mean, if I consider the belt itself storage, then there is a little bit of storage. Ugh. Bear with me, I'm going to think about this for a couple minutes and I will be right back. Alright, I think I have a plan. It may be a little goofy, but we're going to do it just because I'm paranoid. I really don't want to starve out coal from the vehicles. I know this is totally overkill with the factory we have and the fact that we have refueling at all the stops, so the likelihood of us running out of coal is super duper low. But I'm going to do it half out of paranoia and half just to have something else to do for fun. But I'm going to rip this belt out. Boom. And we don't have room for a storage container down here, especially with Bubba walking on top of me. We don't. But we do have room up on this first layer of this factory, so we're going to make use of that. This goes and this goes. Okay. And let's just see how we want to do this. Don't have a lot of room with the trucking. I may move this power pole. But this guy is eventually going to get its coal from above. Something like that. And then this is going to be the coal supply that's going to go into a cache or storage just for vehicle fuel. And we'll put that storage up on the first floor. And then down here, I need a way. I need a good place to put one more of these lifts. Maybe right next door. I'm just trying to find the best spot here. Bear with me. That is the compacted coal that's going to go to our new factory to make the heavy modular frames. And you need to take from the second input. Boom. So these two outputs will act as effectively a splitter, right? I'm hoping half goes here and half goes through here. If that's not the way it works, my plan's going to kind of backfire. But I don't think it's going to be much of an issue either way. The last thing we need is I'm going to need a way to connect back up to this supply that's feeding the other truck stations. That belt right there, I'm going to get run over. Okay, we just had an autosave there. So that's going to feed in. That's going up. That's going out. I need ports over here to let this supply come up. And I'm going to need two of these, I think. This is compacted coal coming back out. Could run a splitter here. Can I get a splitter? I can do it. These aren't going to be lined up very well. Let's see what we can do with belts here. Boom. First we need to get you there. Yeah, that's not really straight. Can we... Oh, I'd like to inch my way over there. I don't know. I think that's going to have to just be a crooked belt, right? Is there any way I can have that be less crooked? Back, back, back. Something like that. We have a little bit of a straight section. Then I can split on this one. I need to feed that over there. Looks like I have an extra support here I don't need. Let's get rid of it. Oh, man. We'll see if this all works once it's connected back up. I think it will. So you need to wiggle through here. Where is that belt? That belt is kind of center of this panel. Can we get ourselves over there? Oh man, building up like this is a little hard to do. Hopefully this won't clip. Looks like it might. I need to come out a little bit further. Oh man, I hope this isn't as painful to watch as it is to build. This is a little rough. All right, 3. You need to come out a bit. In a way that's not hideously ugly. We can help it. That's as good as I think I can do as far as a turn. It's not going to look great. That's as good as I can get. I need to come out a little bit. Okay, trying to get it back to straight. Come on. All right, so that's coal going to feed the other two truck stations, right? Not crazy about the look of that belt or that one, but it just is the way it is. So coal's going to come in from there or come down from this guy. Drop in to refuel the actual this truck station. And then the splitter is going to take compacted coal over to the other truck stations. That belt was already there. This belt going up is actually going to supply coal. We're going to have a storage bin up here somewhere, up on the next floor. And this is what's going to be fueling that or filling that one up, is this guy. And of course, everything's going to be just a little off kilter. Let's put my lift here. And so all we need to do is wire up a storage up on the next floor, and then we're going to send this all the way down. In fact, we could do that now before we go up. And let's get this guy wiggled where he needs to be. Why are you complaining? Missing iron rods. I need parts. Let's go to, where's my vehicle? Up top of the hill? Where's my vehicle? Yeah, I think we're up top, right? Let's craft some stuff. I should have plenty of iron on me. I think I usually have some. Where are you? Let's see. I said we needed iron rods, right? Can I craft here iron rods? Let's get a couple hundred of these. Craft it up. I seem to always have some iron ore on me just from chipping away at nodes and things. Got a bunch of stuff that we picked up from the different crash sites. Got 86 computers, which is kind of cool. We still have a lot of nobelisks left. It occurs to me, yeah, and I think someone commented on one of the videos. Remember that hog that I could not kill way over kind of on the eastern side of the map? That one that kept running into the water? I should have placed a bunch of nobelisks around that guy and then tried to blow him up. Every time I tried to kill that thing, it would go running off into the water like a coward. All right, that's plenty of those. See if we can get back to building. Just want to get this compacted coal over to that side of the factory. Then we got to go up, add a storage bin, and that's basically it. Then we'll be done with this little part of the project. That's you. Oh, and we were going to try and get you centered here early. What are we doing on parts? Looks like I'm doing pretty good on everything else. Concrete and all that stuff. port here for our compacted coal to make its way up. Okay, let's go up and make sure we put that storage bin. Otherwise, this will all be for naught, and our vehicles will be starved out. These ports aren't super great the way they're placed, but make it work. That's our supply coming up, and this is the one that needs to go down. Maybe like that, and then just need storage. I don't need a big one, just a little guy. And is there a way to place this so it's kind of middle-ish? And all this is doing is just providing a cache of compacted coal for the refueling. That's basically all that's been achieved by doing this, but it's done now. And we're on the floor we need to be. It's time to make some steel. We need forges for this, right? And let's think about what we have actually coming, what we have coming up. It's not much as far as the ore supply. So if we look at steel, okay, we have 120, right? 120 coming up. So this is in the foundry, and we'll scale to 120 iron ore. Just gonna slap one of these down quickly. I'm gonna see how many it takes a minute. Steel ingot. We want this one, right? Steels. Does this compacted coal, right? Compacted steel ingot. What is this one? Oh, coal. We don't have coal, really. Yeah, we have a bunch of compacted coal that's not being used that I want to kind of tap into. And that's what's already being trucked here. So we're going to take this guy. You will take 22.5 iron per minute. And we have... Are they going to let me do this? Nope. I was going to see if I could run the calculator in parallel. Not going to worry about the compacted coal. 22.5 per minute. We have, let's say, 120 coming up. Let's just scale for that. That's going to be probably 6 of these, right? Let's see, we'll do it. 120 divided by, what was that, like 22.5 or something? 5.5. Let's do 6 foundries on this floor. See if we can get the steel production going. 6, maybe 2 rows of 3. These are kind of big. And they'll share their inputs. How much room do I need between these guys? Are those all lined up? Let's go halfway in between here. Where's my guidelines? Those lined up? I can't tell. No, right? We have to come in a little bit more. I want to be at the half block. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Boom. 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 Should be enough room for belts, I think. We'll find out. We want compacted steel ingots. Copy that recipe. This one probably already has it. Or no, maybe not. Good. Let's get power going. Where we want this. Like this row here. Boom. Nice. I like it. Inputs. Who's going to go up top? I guess the compacted coal will go on top. You. Let's go this way. We're going to snake this around, but if we ever wanted to use ports to go up here, then it's better to have it face this way and snake over than have this face that direction and block this port. You're going to do the same thing, roughly. Boom. Okay, autosave. Down the roughly middle here, which I'm going to call... there. We're going to need a splitter at the end here. For you. Ooh. That little last little bit can go. We don't need it. We can do all the splitters, I suppose. 3. That one snapped in nice. That one's good. Now we need to come up. Here's that. This guy. That looks off. Kind of running this closer than I need to. Let's see. I don't think this is going to be what I want. Might do it. I think it's going to be crooked, right? Yep. And I can't really move that over. But I can put a support here or something. Okay, I think that's us. I think that we solved the problem. This one, we are going to need to put a splitter up there because we have 2 to feed into. So let's put a support here. Okay, mergers. Is there a way to hop up on these things? No, I don't see. There is here. This isn't the best vantage point. Oh, man. How much? We need mergers? I'm sorry, splitters. That looks good. Take it. That one's a little iffy. We'll see how it does. Okay, beltages. You and you. Nice try. Clever, but not what I want. Cool. Output belt, and then we're done with this floor. I think. Let's compact coal. Output, what do we want to do? Maybe join it. Join it up and then have it just come out over here somewhere. In fact, we can have one belt. We can always change this up later if we ever scale things differently. We can just have one big snaking belt come through. Center maybe. We have room. Let's just use it. Let's get mergers over here and these two. Yeah, the placement's a little funky as far as matching up with the foundations, but it's just the size of the machines is goofy. I think that's plenty of room. I'm gonna come all the way down. And he's gonna find his way up this way to the next floor. Yep, that's what I want. That looks good. All we gotta do is mergers, a couple belts, and we're done. At least with the steel production. And then we're gonna need to be thinking about truck stations here pretty soon. We need screws, so next floor up we'll do, I guess I should pay attention when I place these. But next floor up we'll have to do, I think we'll do steel beams. And get those converted into screws, and then we also need to make the pipes, right? So we'll just divide up the supply of steel between the two. Yeah, I knew I was going to mess these up. Not right. Stand in front of this port. Hit control. That should be lined up. Don't look great. All right, let's just see if it works. Maybe they're better than I'm thinking. I think that's us. I see steel in all those belts. Turn off this light. Walk under or over. And I see steel in all these belts. We're sending it up. And we're good to go. Let's call it an episode here. Next episode, I will, or between episodes, I'll fix this stairway so we can snake up to the next floor. And I guess we'll have to kick this out one, right? Unless we want the stairway on the outside. We'll worry about the aesthetic at some later date. But I'll get a few more floors built onto this factory between episodes. A few more platforms, get the electricity ready that we can tap into. And the next floor up is going to be steel beams and screws, and maybe even pipes if there's room. Well, maybe I'll try and take a look at the ratios. Maybe we can get all three of those things on one floor. I'm not sure how much we're going to need of each. Like I said, we're splitting one belt of steel. We're getting, oh, you know what I didn't do? This may not work. This may not work. We're going to get more steel. I didn't think about the outputs. Man. Yeah, this is scaled up for the inputs, but the output is significant here. I was thinking this was going to be less. So we're getting 37.5. So 37.5 times 6. right? That's how many factories, things we have. Will you not do it? Not this, times 6? Wrong way. Times 6. How's that? Boom. 225. Oh, we're good. Well, let's see. What do our belts hold? It's 240 or something? Okay, we're good. We're good. For a minute there, I was thinking that we had more output than we could support on the belts, but that looks like it's right. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, we'll end this episode here for now. This is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series on Satisfactory. I love this game. There is a lot to do. It's a very polished game. There are some quirks and things. There are a few things I don't like about this game. Main thing is mainly the size of the machines. You can tell I struggle to place them. It takes a little bit longer than I wish it would to get them all lined up the way I'd like. I believe the smart mod would probably help me with that. If I ever took time to learn the smart mod, you can place multiple machines down and have them line up any way you want. Probably worth investing time in that. But yeah, between episodes, I'll put some stairs in. We'll add a few floors to the factory, and we'll be good to go to do our screws, beams, and pipes. Then it's importing. Importing the modular frames right from next door. I think we're making them right next door. We can just belt those right across. And we need to go bring in the encased beams, right? So we're looking at modular, heavy modular frames. Yep, encased beams. So we got to build a truck station out there to bring those over. No truck station needed here, and we're making them here for screws and the pipes. So yeah, that's it. I will see you all in the next episode.